Okay, we are going to do a live stream here, but not with the common usual camera. So the camera quality will be not as good as you are used to, but I will keep it short because this is just a response to, uh, well, in general, uh, people's behavior on social media, I should say. Let me just give it a few seconds so that people can join the chat. Hi there. Good morning to you. And while we are waiting, let me just say that you might know me, hopefully from my main channel. This is not my main channel. This is my live streaming channel. So it is a little bit unfiltered here, and I will say what I think, and I will call people out if they misbehave in the chat, and so on. That's how it goes. Yeah, lots of people are joining, which is wonderful. Okay, Funky Prepper is here as well. Thanks for the wonderful chat that we had the other day. Okay, so I'm going to keep it short because I want to get out to the archery range and shoot some arrows. I'm getting back into that hobby again, or sport, should I say. Um, I will say this. I'll start with this. If you're easily provoked, um, you should actually listen now, because you will be provoked, and well, and it is a good thing. Nothing happens when you're provoked. Nothing happens. So I consider myself an intellectual. I'm an academic because of my education and because of my work. I'm a reader. I am what I like to call a student. I will forever be a student. I like to learn and I seek knowledge. And I think we all should do that. Now, opinions. A lot of people are opinionated, and every idiot out there can have an opinion, and they often do. The thing is that they confuse opinions with facts, and they will say things like, um, concerning the conflict Israel Hamas, they will say things like, I have been, and now I'm referring to the comment section there. This was expected. I knew this would happen, of course, because I've seen it many times before. They will use the same phrases every single time. They will say something like, they will start with, I've been following you for years, or I've been watching a lot of your videos, or I usually agree, something like that. This is to establish some kind of authority. And then they will write and something which is their theory, and then they will write something like, or their ID, which they will present as fact. And then they will write, I can't believe you fell for it. Like, as if their ID, their naive little ID, is the truth, and anyone else must be wrong. And this is the common trait of the idiot, right? And there are lots of idiots out there. And I don't know why, but maybe it's the school system. Maybe it's like, I don't know. And I am kind of thinking a little bit about the USA now. Maybe that's unfair. I don't know for sure, but it seems like these people are lacking when it comes to basic knowledge of the world, how things work, basic geography, basic history. Especially the history part is very sad when you realize that these people have no grasp at all. It's like they're living in a fantasy land. And well, and they will be very opinionated. Now, my myself, I can't, if I had that mindset, I could never be an author, a novelist, because to have that mindset, you must also be lacking in self-awareness and the ability to be critical about yourself. And if you're lacking in those departments, you can't write books. Well, you can try, but they will be crap, you know. So it is to me amazing how these people are actually saying that their ignorance is better or wiser, or worth a lot more than other people's knowledge. And I'm kind of referring to Isaac Asimov now. Um, it's a famous quote. So um, it is like now when we have such a dangerous situation in the Middle East, um, it is very sad to see that these people seem to be dominating in social media. And there are these crazy conspiracy theories out there, um, concerning what's going on there, and I won't even get into those. But these people will present their conspiracy theories. It's their opinion, and you know what? That's the whole pointer. Their opinion is not fact. I'm not claiming myself to know everything, or even a significant portion of what's really going on in the Middle East, because that's not, if you had asked me about something in the Viking Age, I would probably be able to answer. Or if you had given me a couple of hours, I would have looked in my books and so on. Because I can't remember everything. But I'm not claiming to know everything concerning the Middle East. I mean, it's so complex. Um, you really need to have studied this for quite some time. And I'm talking studying properly, not reading things on social media, not watching videos on this. You need to study this. And unless you have done that, you only have opinions. You don't know so much. You have opinions. So don't come here. I know these people will, but I'm just saying that don't come here or anyone else and use these stupid phrases like "I've been following you for years. I usually agree, but now I can't believe you fell for it." Listen, I didn't fell for it. I didn't fall for anything. You did. I did not. You know. I, so it's yeah, okay. So I find that this is quite important, actually, and it seems to be something that I am coming back to quite often. Knowledge, it is important, and there is a reason why it is the ideal for any man in the Norse belief system, Norse heathen belief system. Some of you may know that Odin is a seeker of knowledge. That's his passion. And there's a reason for that. um, it is important. Ignorance is not good, you know, and we are seeing a lot of ignorance now, sadly. If you know people who live in the area, uh, then, like now, Israel or Palestine, try to speak with them. Maybe they can give you some insight from their side of the conflict. Okay. Um, so, yeah, well, I'm going to comment on uh, some of the comment on some of the comments. I'm getting frustrated now because I see that the camera quality is not so good. But it's not my pretty face you are here for, I guess. Um, so there's a reason Bjorn wouldn't punch Mike Tyson in the face. I would, actually. Um, but anyway, so lots of reasons why I would do that. It would be a pleasure. So now I'll just scroll up a little bit. Froggy something says mainstream narratives spew from most people's mouth, not think anymore. You know what? I think it's not only mainstream narratives. We need to expand our perception of this a little bit, or quite a lot. Uh, these also, YouTube channels and other channels, other websites and so on. It's just as bad. At this point. Okay, I'll tell you a secret here. A lot of the very popular channels where they will use the truth in the title a lot, the truth about, and they understand what's going on and so on. And I'll say this, and you need to believe me here. Look at the number of views they get. They're sitting there in their little stupid suit with a green screen behind them, so it looks like a newsroom. Okay, you don't have to believe me, of course. I've been doing this for some time, so I kind of know what I'm talking about here. They are funded by people who have selfish interests in their message. They are using a significant part of that funding to pay for views, to pay for subscribers. It's not authentic. Please, we need to understand this. Now, if they are doing the same on Rumble and so on, I don't know. I would guess they do, but they certainly do on YouTube. So please, please, it is not as it seems. Okay. Now, New York City now allowed to broadcast the Islamic calls to prayer. What else? Well, I've been living with church bells every Sunday, so what the fuck is that, So I don't like it much. But if I had to choose, I would take the church bells any day, because I really hate that stupid singing from those loudspeakers in the I could not live. I can live. I don't I okay, I could not live anywhere where I heard the call to prayer from a mosque. It would be impossible for me. I could tolerate church bells to some extent. It's much more peaceful. Um, so yeah, I would prefer none of them. And like where I live now, it is nice and silent. um, Yes, exactly. Ares Aurelian says questions leads to the path of knowing. It's fun and immersive to ask questions. Absolutely. Um, it's um, it's life would be very empty if we stopped asking questions. And it's like I feel that very often religion and political um, ideologies very often stops people in their thinking and in their quest for knowledge because they have their little book, whatever it is, and it's the truth right there. It's the truth. In my on a bookshelf behind me, or is it maybe it's upstairs now, I can't remember. I have the Quran, I have the Bible, and I have what most people would call myths: Egyptian, Greek, and of course the Norse, and all of that. And which one is the truth? You know, because if they are very distinct, so if one is the truth, then the other ones must be not the truth. But how do you decide? Maybe we should try to be critical, ask questions. Um, Scientific knowledge is a good thing because it's an evolving process. Um, it Science is a thing where you don't trust anything, if you know what I mean. You keep asking questions. Um, so um, let's see here. Yeah. Well, now, and here's the question. I'm not calling you out as an idiot or anything like that. The religion of gravity is asking Bjorn who benefits from the Israel-Palestine conflict. We should ask that question. The only reason why I'm saying what I just said is that a lot of people have been writing that in the comments in the sense that they believe that I haven't asked that question. Um, and that's an insult. I'm not saying you were doing that there, but it's like, first of all, I have said several times, can't remember if I said it on the main channel, but I've said it here. Who is following the money? Who is benefiting from this? Um, and the answer might surprise some people. Now, because of censorship and because I do not have proof for all of my, I can't really go further with it. That's not because of censorship. It is because if I did, it would be me sharing something that is just an opinion. It is well founded, and I have some, you could follow those tracks for, you know, I'm quite certain about what I think here. But until I have evidence, it's just my opinion. And I wish, it is very tempting to say it, but let's not until we have evidence. Uh, yeah. um, Kyle, well, that's awesome. Thanks a lot for your donation there. Um, let's see here. Wonderful. Thanks a lot. Scott the News says the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. Yes, but there is more than that. I'm not saying you don't know that, but certainly there are more than that. Froggy Kruger says boring. No, boring. No, No, boing, he said. Boing, boing, boing. Okay. Yeah, well, okay. Any snow yet? No, but it will not be long now. So, okay. Trollfar, it's the father of the troll. That's a very nice thing to say. I hope so. That's that's nice of you to say. Um, so let's see here. Do we have any moderators here? Um, it's not so bad here. So um, yeah. Uh, let's see here. Okay, I'll just scroll down. All seeing Otto, hello to you. So, um, I think this is in the long series of the bloody obvious, you know, but it needs to be said apparently, and people are so opinionated. It's I call it intellectual laziness or mental laziness, and it's like if you're so opinionated, do your knowledge much? If you know what I mean, if you have so strong opinions on something so complex, certainly you must have studied this in detail. But we all know that they have not. When you do study something that is complex in detail for a long time, you end up as being a lot more moderate most of the time and not absolutist and not dogmatic. So, yeah, Alan says, "I hate the argument. Agree to disagree." I think that's a stupid thing to say too. Um, so yeah, well, yeah, the Ash Blackwind. I'll respond to that. What are your thoughts on Trump and how he would have fixed the? That's a leading question. How he would have fixed this mess if he had presidential power again? You need to say, and do you think he would have fixed this mess? Okay, and that is what I will respond to. I don't like leading questions, but it's happening fast and all that, so it's you are forgiven. um, yeah, probably that was what you meant. So, if Trump was president, would he have fixed this whole mess? No, he would not have fixed this whole mess. But I think that the USA would not have gotten so involved in world conflicts if Trump had been president. Talking about Ukraine, first of all. Now, Trump did market himself as a strong supporter of Israel. He was down there looking at their wall and whatever with his little. Did he even borrow one of those little stupid hats? Yes, I'm saying stupid. Why would I respect any religious hat? I mean, it is a fucking hat, so I don't care. And yeah, take it or leave it. Um, so yeah, no, I don't think it would have been so much better under Trump concerning this conflict. But maybe with Trump, um, Iran would not have gotten access to all those money. Was it $6 billion in frozen assets or something like that? The Biden administration, they released that, and then uh, Hamas, which is a military arm of Iran. Um, I don't know if there's a connection there. That's my theory, personal theory. You can't find my books in English as per today. If someone is watching this in the future, maybe they will have been published in English. Kyle. Okay. So, um, yeah, in I keep taking my glasses on and off. I don't know why, but I know why, because it's a camera which is not good. So I think it's my eyesight, and then it's not better, and then yeah. But anyway, I think that as a on a larger scale, or in general, we should not respect religions so much. We should make fun of them. We should make fun of Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Hinduism, and so on and so on. And we should even make fun of my belief system, the Norse, and they certainly do. Nobody bats an eyelid or whatever the expression is when they do. But it's part of the problem is that we have so much respect for these belief systems. We should not. Okay. Yeah, the Pope, he has a funny little hat as well. Yeah. And he's wearing a dress. So I don't know what's going on there. And they all are. Are they cross dressing or something like that? I don't know. Um, taking glasses off means someone is going to say something serious. Yeah. Well, so now, yes, I am from Norway. Yeah, Slimo religions, they do have funny hats. Why are they having those? Especially the Jewish hats are. They have a lot of strange. The conservative Jewish people. They have a lot of strange things going on. Yeah. Do I look like a character from Harry Potter? Well, I've never seen Harry Potter, so I couldn't say yes or no to that. Um, Norwegians have funny hats. They are long and pointy. I have never seen a Norwegian with a long pointy hat. Wait, where does that come from? Um, yeah, well, the Vatican, the Catholic Church is, they say it's one of the richest crime or mafia groups in the world, something like that. Okay. Do you see the way out? Rarog is asking. Um, don't lie, show us your pointy hat. I don't have a pointy hat. I think you must be confusing Norwegians with someone else. The way out, I think it must start with the individual, I think. And then you could say, well, what can one person do? Well, as a start, you can stop being opinionated and hateful towards other people and those people at the other side of the border. And that's easy to say for someone like me sitting in peaceful Norway. It's easy. I see that. Yeah, I do that. I see that. But I think if we're going to think that we are better because of our religion, because of our ethnicity, then we are going to have wars. The way forward is cooperation, trade, um, using some common sense, and throwing away most of these or all of these ideologies, and just let's apply some common sense. You know, less respect or no respect for religion and ideologies. I would hate it if people started, you know, being all bending the knee to the ground and kneeling to in front of the Norse gods and stuff like that. There's a reason we don't do that, you know. It's I would hate to see that. And please do make jokes about the Norse gods, and that's how it's supposed to be, you know. And the way out, well, yeah, it's a big question. Um, so yes, 24 Blue Wolves is saying astonishing number of opinions being stated as facts, considering the subject. Nini Muggen says, how about love one another? And I'm sorry about that, Alan. Kyle, well, thanks a lot for that super chat. And you're asking, I am thinking of visiting Norway. Is Oslo still safe? I know you mentioned the issues Sweden is having with immigrants or religious extremists. Well, nothing has changed much in Norway during the last few years. I would say Oslo is safe. Yeah, I would say that. So, okay. Look, scrolling up here. Let's see here. Space Dog is saying religion is far too serious. I agree. Yeah, okay. I am up to date on the chat. Walk lightly and carry a big stick, says GB. That's good advice. Paula says religion comes from within. Yeah, it should be, and it should be a private thing, a private matter. And absolutely. And I actually, I'll say this. I sent an email to the Norwegian also through Federation, which is the religious group or the group for the Old Norse belief system um, here in Norway. And because I thought maybe there's a social thing going on there, and maybe that would be nice. And then I read on their website one thing there that I did not like. You had to agree with their statements and their points of views and so on. That's a problem. I don't. I think that's a horrible thing to promise to agree with someone or something. So yeah, I did not. I'm not a member there. Christopher, thanks a lot for your super chat, your donation there. What is your opinion on English people not being able to fly their own flag anymore because it's labeled racist? I heard that. Yes. Is it the same in Norway? No. First of all, it is not the same in Norway. Norway is a very nationalistic country, but it's a positive kind of nationalism, I would say. And we use the Norwegian flag when someone has his or her birthday and on the national day and sports events and so on and so on. And I've heard that English people are not able to, well, they're branded as racist when they use that flag. That's horrible. And how could that be racist? It is obvious it's not. Um, Being proud of your own heritage is not racist. It is the opposite of being racist, I think. Um, let's see here. Spoons, thanks a lot for the super chat. Says, I'm from Rotterdam, Netherlands. You have big Palestine protests and chanting Hamas. It does not scare me, but I do not welcome it. It is good that it does not scare you, but it's a horrible thing. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why the English are like that, or why the English, not the English, but so many in England are like that. In my opinion, on the EU potentially accepting 1 million Palestine refugees. Well, I think first of all that now that Israel is doing what they are doing, and I'm not a supporter of what Israel is doing, by the way. Um, I think there is no way, there is no other way. Those people, we can't let those people just be killed. And it is not ideal, but they need to be taken out of there, or we need to help them. That's my opinion on that. We can't just let them die. Um, so it's not easy. That's not easy. So I'll change the topic now because people are getting emotional. I can see that. Um, my Nini Muggins, so my favorite knife and sheath. Well, first of all, I have a link in the video description to this live stream, and it's a link to my gear list, and you will find a long list of the gear I use outdoors and so on, and some other things as well. My a strength training template and cameras and stuff like that. And my favorite knife, I have many favorite knives, but right now I really like the Condor Cave Lore, Condor Cave Lore. But I have a different sheath which is has a loop for ferro rod. So Pink Piglet Parker says this man is an atheist. Which man? I'm not an atheist. It's okay, Pink Piglet Parker, if you are an atheist, but I'm not. So, Raven in a Van I am. That's a nice nickname. Listening quietly from northern Wisconsin. So, yeah, I'm going to end this live stream now because I need to get out and shoot some arrows. That's what I want to do now. I want to thank you for joining in. I want to thank you for the super chats. That was very nice and quite unexpected, but very nice of you. Thank you for that. And as always, we will talk soon. And yeah, have a wonderful day.